It's overwhelming. It's definitely overwhelming.
I kind of contradicted myself earlier because I said I'm not going to get in depth because it's a stigma, but at the same time, it's my job.
Yeah, you can get in depth.
No, but what
keeping
I
it real on this podcast, baby.
Keeping it real. So what I meant by that is like I definitely was very depressed.
Yeah.
When I was in college.
So like what kind of like depression, what kind of like symptoms were you going through? Because I could definitely say for myself that I was in a very low place mentally, definitely physically, but more mentally and just like in my own self, just very low about myself. So like what were some of the things you were dealing with?
So like one day I was just chilling in class. I don't know what caused this. Maybe I was just like worrying about my grades and this and that.
There's a lot of money too.
Yeah.
You're paying a lot of money, so it's like I gotta pass these classes. I gotta do good.
So I'm chilling in my 6 to 9 class, which was torture and
late night class.
And I just had a panic attack.
Damn.
In class.
Have you ever had a panic attack before?
That was my first one. That was my first and last one, to be honest.
Damn,
Hopefully I don't get any more.
Yeah. Probably open your eyes though, like holy shit, people go through this shit.
Yeah, and I didn't make a scene or anything because like I'm very reserved, but I was like, what just happened? Very outer body.
Yeah. So like why do you think that happened? This is all freshman year of college or sophomore year?
Freshman.
Of college? Okay. So like why do you think that happened to you?
I feel like I was just thinking about life and like where is this headed and my grades and
once you start thinking about like, am I gonna pass this class and then, am I gonna get a job and shit? It all starts hitting.
And you just start kind of getting paranoid.
Hell
and then
it
just all hit. And it was very scary.
Yeah.
It was scary.
So how'd you deal with some of those things? Was that second semester?
That was first semester.
Damn, so you had a whole year, you had a whole half a year to go.
Yeah.
You had to go home and then come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. How'd you deal with some of that stuff? How'd you overcome it?
Really, like, like, when it first happened, I kind of, like, I think, like, a chemical imbalance started forming. And, because, like, I didn't get any help for it. So, like, some people, when they get panic attacks, they just go to the hospital. I didn't know what a panic attack was. I didn't know anything. I was just like, all right, that was weird. So I just went about my business, kept going to class and stuff. But really, I just had to, like, relax a little bit.
Yeah. So
when you say, how did I deal with it? I was just like, oh, I got to tough it out. That's how I was trying to.
Didn't really deal with it.
And that wasn't helpful. That wasn't helpful at all.
Okay.
So, like, I was really losing my mind. You know?
Yeah. I think a lot of people are, especially with this whole, like, especially think about, like, if you didn't fix it or try to fix it or put yourself in a position to follow your goals, your passions and stuff like that. Think about people's mental health with this whole election and COVID and all this protesting and everybody going crazy, mad. You can't work. You can't do this. It's probably freaking madness. Like, the mental health, I think there's, like, this statistic that the average young adult's mental health is the same, like anxiety, depression is the same as a psych ward patient in the 50s. So people that were like in psych wards were dealing with the same anxiety in our brains. I think a lot of that has to do with social media and comparisons and just like living this fake life. Everybody has a strong opinion, and even me and you are just giving our opinion on social media, and someone's gonna find it, and someone's probably gonna be like, I disagree with these guys. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. And they're
I've been through it, buddy.
And the funny thing is, we all go through it, and we all view it differently too. You know, which is very interesting as well. Because that's what I tend to think. I mean, like, we all have anxiety, depression. Obviously, a lot more people deal with harder circumstances, harder paths, harder. Obviously, people are born with definitely like chemical imbalances, born with like deficiencies, immune deficiencies, whatever it may be. But I think the average person is dealing with some sort of anxiety, especially nowadays with phones, social media, jobs, like the financial problems right now. Everybody's basically, if you look at the average household American income, it's like $50,000. I mean, you look at a brand new Toyota, it's like $30,000.
Yeah.
Like you're working all year, you can barely even afford the car you're driving. So and that's the average American. So like when you think about that, you're like, damn, bro, like it's gonna cause havoc and hysteria in our brains and in our mental health. So it's definitely interesting when you start looking at all the variables. You're like, damn, bro, people are not good in the head right now. Yeah. And then, like I said, staying home, COVID, people losing jobs, people unemployed, whatever it may be. You can't really go back to school and have a good school. You got to do everything online, everything on Zoom. Is it really worth that much money? So a lot of people are dealing with these things. It's very interesting. It's sad. It's kind of sad. It's sad. And then you got fucking. Sorry, I'm not gonna go down the path of making fun of Hillary Clinton. I'm sorry. Just kidding.